Okay, so getting carried by our dragon, which the deck is kind of, it's not entirely crafted around, but a lot of it is now. This is the most number of times I've ever activated Nicopolis. Ever? No. Should go in PK, make Woody listen to you and Taylor and Kyle talk magic for an hour? We're just on PK. Literally just on there like the other day. I think we're, the next one comes out, what, Saturday, and we were last week's? No. Yeah, drafts are a microtransaction. That's correct. Pay per draft. Supposedly you can go endless without it, but it seems very difficult to do so. This doesn't look like a great hand. But I do have lands. Don't know what my opponent does yet. We'll find out. Red, white. I'm terrified. Guess we have a 3-drop that kind of helps. I think we want to catch an angel with Essence Scatter versus this person. Bugler. Did he just connect or no? He did. Connected with the Instigator. This deck looks good so far. Don't want to play against red-white. Feels weird. Feels like he left enough for a combat trick. Feels like I don't have a fucking option. Nope. Oh god. You know what next turn is? Next turn is Heroic Reinforcements with 5 creatures on the board already. I guess next turn could be Angel. Incoming Trumpet Blast or Inspired Charge or any of the ones that are just ridiculous that we can't do fucking a thing about. Yep. Dude, how do you beat this opener? I mean, I guess this is something. But I feel pretty dead already. Didn't use Essence Scatter versus Bugler. Did I have it in hand? No, I didn't have it. I had two tapped lands. It's not Bugler that's killing me either. It's the fucking 1/1s. You have another charge effect? You sure do. Your opener is Tormenting Voice into Bugler, into Double Instigator, into Inspiring Charge, Inspiring Charge. Fuck me. Didn't have 2 mana open, Gokul. Alright, scared of Switcheroo. It's not going to help me. Let's get in Duress. I want to hit his fucking Inspiring Charges. I'm putting double Duress. Stuff's fairly slow, but it's all my value. These are my blockers. Essence Scatter's a maybe. Walt seems optimistic. Tormenting Voice is super optimistic. Maybe any other blockers we could throw in. Disperse plus Wall. Disperse isn't that great for us. What are we going to do? Kill a 1/1 Goblin token with it? Wall is not very good for us either. Wall doesn't trade. The whole... I mean, that deck's threat is creating a lot of creatures and then buffing them. It's not the turns that they're not buffed that's the issue. I don't know. Is Wall worth anything for there? Doesn't feel like it. The Wall had 1 combat power maybe. Maybe another 4/2 just to trade. We had a kind of slow hand. Bit worried the Drake does nothing. Yeah, I just put in 2 Duresses maybe. I don't think we're winning this either way. But let's try this. Okay. Duress moves stuff after he charges. The same reason I removed Essence Scatter. It removes it after you, if you leave up 2 mana. And he can play that whenever it's optimal for him, not whenever it's optimal for me. And removing effect under the charge, it's not like he single targeted that. I don't gain any value out of that. I don't even think I gain tempo out of that, really. All right. This is kind of what I want. I've got a guy who trades mana to run it. I've got a Duress for later. Oops. Could I play my land? Thanks. Leggy. Meteor Golem going to be a thing? Maybe not. He doesn't have any fucking Inspired Charge in there. He's just got perfect curve 2s and 3s. Sure. It's pretty bad. It's totally fine. I want to kill your Bugler because I don't want you building a bigger board. And I'm willing to trade a 4 mana for a 3 mana because I can't ever deal with your board once it's established. Also, Waltz. I'm very annoyed I threw that the Duress hit nothing. Considering he Inspiring Charged us twice last game in 10 cards. Yep, he just builds his board. It's those Inspiring Charges that I didn't get to remove. Here's red mana. Feels bad. I need to draw into something that's not a fucking land, preferably a Symbiont right now, or a Meteor Golem, or both. My Dragon's fine. Stuff that makes him discard stuff out of his hand would be good. Another land seems less than optimal. Can't play them both anyways. Guess spend the mana this turn. Okay. Sure. So we've had 4, 8, 9 lands so far. There's that angel. It's pretty bad news for us. So we're dead next turn on board, right? No, not quite. Where were you, buddy? Where were you? 1 turn ago. So we're not dead yet, but we're pretty close to dead. Forced to block the line breaker, which means the Vanguard can attack for free. There's another angel. Of course, we're just dead, but actually, we are just dead. Nothing we do can deal with 2 and 1, I don't think. Actually, not true. Meteor Golem's a live top deck. There's the Inspired Charge. Nice. Fuck that deck, man. So, yeah, it seems to be like blue. I do sometimes get Uncomfortable Chill, and I feel like Uncomfortable Chill has to happen or I'd lose to that deck every single time. There aren't a lot of sweepers, right? So there is a Wrath of God in white, but it's pretty rare. Or rather, it is rare, so you never see it. Nothing else has a Wrath of God. Black has Plague Mare, if you can get it, that kills 1/1 tokens, but that's about it. what are the other ones you're going to do? Like, I guess, you know, I drew a million lands, so I couldn't ever get through that board. So I'm just like slowly bleeding 1-to-1 trades. That certainly hurts, but that deck just felt better in my deck. Wall of Mist is not an answer. It's like Wall of Mist doesn't do anything there. So his deck puts out threat by establishing creatures and then building up enough creatures that he gets a huge effect out of Inspired Charge. That's what his deck does. Wall of Mist just blocks a creature, prevents it doing damage on a round, but it doesn't stop him building his board. It doesn't trade with him, and it doesn't prevent that. When he does get the Inspired Charge, I just lose the Wall of Mist to that anyways. So it's like, what I really want are 2/4s, 1/3s, stuff like that I can trade, like gang block and trade to reduce the number of things on his board. But it's just not something we can do. Like, kind of bad. I mean, if I look at the sideboard stuff we have, Dwindle doesn't help us there. Wall of Mist doesn't help us there. Totally lost. I mean, if we'd drawn, I mean, anything would have been better than 9 lands for sure. But in general, none of that shit helps us. I threw in Duresses to try to get those Inspired Charges, but I just didn't get lucky on that first one. He just drew it like 3 turns after I played Duress. We didn't have the, I mean, we could have done it like 5 turns later, but I expected that our tempo would look like we opened turn 1 with a tap land. Turn 2, we have 2 lands that we can't use. Turn 3 was our Scholar. Turn 4 was our Minotaur. And that was kind of the blockers that we can put on the board. 4-2 doesn't trade with him at all. 3-1 doesn't trade with him at all. Like, I don't think our draft trades with that at all.